everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is yellow SLK part 3. So if you've not watched part 2, which was last week's, go back and watch part 2. If you watch part 2, you're on the right video. This is the part 3 for the yellow SLK. Quite a lot going on in this video, including how much does this car owe me, which is right at the end of the video. But for now, we've done loads of work on it. It's coming along really nicely. So let's roll straight into the video. All right, back on with the Bumblebee DeWalt AA SLK. We've got front discs and pads. The front discs on it, I've got a huge rust lip round the outside. They're just absolutely knackered, these discs. You can see the condition of them, just all flaking away. Pads don't look great whatsoever. Quite close to the warning wire actually. So John is replacing the front discs and pads for me. Paula is off work at the moment on her holiday, so I'm stuck in the office. Genuine discs and pads aren't available. The pads are available, but the discs are not. I've actually gone for a Brembo setup. I've gone for Brembo front discs and pads. I do like my genuine brakes, but they're just not available, so what can I do? I'm a little bit cheaper than genuine, but it's not a huge saving. It is what it is. What we need to do is get the caliper off. So the caliper needs to come off, the carrier needs to come off, clean the carrier, take the disc off, clean the hub, and just reassemble with all the new parts. One side of the discs and pads is done. These Brembo discs actually come with a nice coating on to stop it. Well, it won't stop it rusting, but it's going to look prettier for longer. Yeah, so we'll see how we get on with these. Such a shame about that wing. If the paint hadn't have peeled off and it was just bubbling, it wouldn't look too bad. I've ordered a steering drag link. I wasn't going to replace it, I was going to keep it on a bit of a budget, but I've found an aftermarket one, which is at a very budget price. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. As we discovered, the tyres are the wrong size, so I'm going to get 4 tyres ordered. It's a shame about the wheels as well, really. They could do with a refurb. A few are worse than others, but again, it's a budget build. We're going to make it mechanically good and looking terrible. So yeah, we'll get some more bits ordered and see what else we can do. Right, another day with a bit of free time to get back on with the yellow SLK. We have just had new tyres fitted, as we discovered a bit further back in the video that it had the wrong tyres on it. I've gone for some budget tyres, budget car, budget tyres. Landsail, I believe Landsail are quite good in the budget tyre range, so happy with that. Couple of jobs left to do. I say a couple, there's quite a few. I've just noticed the screen wash is either empty or the jets are blocked, so we need to have a look at that. A good while I was in there, when I took the wheels off and took them to the tyre shop, obviously because we've not got tax or MOT. Whilst it was at the tyre shop, I took the opportunity to give the inside of the wheel arches a really good scrubbing down and a clean out, and I'm probably going to give it a bit of some kind of treatment to make it look a bit prettier. It's not going to stop it rusting. Got a fuel filter to do. I gave the fuel filter and fuel pump a good clean while I had it on axle stands outside, because that was manky. Needs a gearbox service, differential oil service. Oh, steering rack / steering drag link with all the ball joints on. New steering damper to go with it, which we did get a good brand, Febby. And I think slowly this is taking a bit of shape. So let's get it on the ramp. There's going to be quite a few of us working on it. So we'll get the camera around, showing you as much as possible. All right, back on with this yellow A-Class. John, SLK. Okay. There's only one yellow SLK and it's mine, so I don't know why I said A-Class. You know what, I see a lot of A45s in this club, that's why. Anyway, John's getting on with the steering drag link / steering rack. Basically this car is a steering box and it uses this full drag link. So you've got inner tie rods which aren't replaceable. You've got these centre ball joints which again aren't replaceable. So you replace the whole thing. The only thing that is replaceable on them is the trapper end. So we've got a new aftermarket brand. It's a bit of a no brand this. I wanted to get a Febby one because I was quite happy with the quality of Febby, but I couldn't get one for this. I think this was about 100 quid. as we keep repeating ourselves, we are on a budget with this. In the meantime, I think we'll get on with the fuel filter. As you can see, I've jet washed all underneath here to give it a good clean. Wheel arches, it's obviously had some paint in the past and you can see all the paint, the overspray. So I'm debating to cover that in, we use something like this, Hammerite, some stone chip shield. I think it just look a bit better than yellow sticking out of the wheel arch. But we're gonna do the whole underneath of the car. Reese has started pulling off the flaky bits all around. Even like there, for example, before we put the fuel filter cover on, we're just gonna give everything a, just to give you an idea. While John's working at the front, we'll work at the back. We'll get the fuel filter done, start under sealing stuff, make things look a bit prettier. We could even do the diff oil, maybe. Oh yeah, that needs securing. Got a loose heat shield there, that needs securing. We've got a exhaust bracket that's broken and squeaking, so that's annoying when you're driving the car. Reese has bought some new tools, so we'll use Reese's stuff, get them all nice and dirty for him. It's always a problem when fuel filters have been on for so long without having been replaced when they're supposed to be. The rubbers really get a grip of the pipe. Oh, there we go. Oh, that wasn't too bad. This is where you get covered in fuel, which it's a Monday. I don't want to be covered in fuel on a Monday. One more pipe left. I'm really trying to do this without getting covered in fuel. Let's have a look. So we're just inspecting the fuel colour coming out of both sides of the filter, and it is clean. Oh, I see it's going a bit brown now, but that's not too bad. So I'll have the new fuel filter, Reese. A little bit of head grease on the nipples.
Oh, behave.
I'm trying to do it so I don't get fuel on me. Alright, that's that done. Let's clean it up, make it look nice again. One fuel filter done. So John's finishing up on the front. I thought I had a steering damper, but I haven't, so I've had to order one of those. So in the meantime, we'll do the rear diff oil. So on non-AMG cars, the rear diffs don't really have a service schedule. It's strange really, because a lot of them share the same fluids. The fluid that's going to go in this goes in a lot of the AMGs, so it's a good while you're in there, if anybody wanted to give your differential the same service schedule as your gearbox. Every time you have a gearbox, do your diff, and then in a way you've had a drivetrain service. I mean, you can see how brown that fluid is, and it'll be gold going in, so worth doing. So we'll let that drip out. While that's dripping out, we will treat a bit of this underside of the body, make it look better than it does. So literally, I'm not gonna be too precious about this, masking stuff up on that. I'm just gonna go around and just put this on anything I see fit, basically. Could do with a mask. The mask.
The mic.
So I'm just covering the flaky bits that Reese has peeled off. Like I said, I'm not going to be too precious about it. But you can see here, where it's had some overspray on it, which just looks not the best. So we're just going to cover the bits of overspray. Literally just got to tuck that up there. So you can see there, just got to get rid of that on the towing eye there. Like I say, this isn't making the car like rust-proof or future-proof, it's just making it look a bit more presentable underneath. Last thing you want to see is when you stood at the back of the car is a load of overspray on the tub, so it's really good stuff this. Hammerite stone chip shield, it's actually what we paint hubs with, and they look really presentable when they go rusty. So what we'll do is, they come off, those exhaust tips come off, we'll unbolt it, polish it up, and while it's off, we'll spray the back box with black temperature paint just to get rid of all that overspray. Just a little while you're in there as well, we're going round. While that's drying off, we're all getting high now off fuel vapor, brake cleaner, and Hammerite under seal in black. But you can see that it makes a nice difference. Now I've started just patching up the bits I wanted to, I'm going to have to do the hole underneath the car because it looks a bit odd now if you look here. So I've just neatened that piece up there, but then you can see the bit I've not done. There's nothing wrong with that, but typical me, I'm going to have to do it, aren't I? Does look good, that underneath, doesn't it? I'd highly recommend it. Just kind of makes anything look a bit prettier. Not trying to hide the fact that, you know, the undercarriage and the bodywork isn't amazing condition. It's just to make it look a bit neater. Well, I can't hide it, can I? It's all on camera. So obviously, as we explained before, we've cleaned up all the inside. So I'm actually just going to black it out again with the stone chip, just to take your eye off it because it looks quite bright behind the wheel. So I'm just going to black it all off, make it look better. Again, not being too precious about it. Anything's better than nothing. So again, another while we're in there, we've got a bit of overspray on the back box. We've took the tailpipe off. You can take these off on these early models and polish them. John's gone off to polish that. I'm just going to put a bit of high temperature black paint over this overspray to make it look a bit prettier. But if you come around and look at that wheel arch now, it's got that bit of protection in it. Just takes all the overspray out of your eyesight compared to that one. Hopefully we all agree that it looks better. In the comments you probably say no, you should have left it. Not going to be too precious about the whole thing. Repolished chrome tip on. I think we can all agree that looks tons better. Fresh bit of chrome and a blacked out back box as opposed to overspray and a bit of rust. Obviously this is a budget project, so we're just trying to demonstrate what you can do within your budget. All these little things are good DIY stuff as well. Taking that off, polishing it, repaint your back box, cleaning inside your arches. 20 to 5. SLKs are well known for snapping gearbox sump bolts because they are exposed. They're not covered by the under tray. Don't know if I want to actually attempt that at this time. I think we'll leave that for another day. For now. But yeah, we're making good progress. Got one wheel arch left to do. Oh, let's have a look at the list, see what else we've got going on.
1 week later.
I have no idea where we're up to with this car. I was hoping there was a job sheet in here, but I think it's still on a clipboard somewhere.
It'll be on your board then.
We know we've got gearbox service to do, which we've put off until the end. Got a fresh set of tyres, the correct size, and I have to say the stance of the car is tons better. I'll tell you what, I could reset the service light. Do you want to see how to do this? Trade secret. Ignition on. Press left button twice. Press and hold. Turn ignition off. 1, 2, 3. Ignition back on. Hold, 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 hold. There we go. So we were 13,000 miles overdue a service, and we're now due an A service in 10,000 miles. Do you like my yellow SLK yet?
It's alright, I guess.
Whee. Let's get the job sheet, find out where we're up to, and get something done. So before we actually drain the fluid, every time we've had the car on the ramp, we've been soaking the bolts in WD-40. I'm actually going to see if they undo before I drain it. It's 3:30 and I don't want to get stuck. Yeah, either that's just like snapped. No, it's not. Just as I was about to speak too soon, this one feels a bit tight. Obviously we don't have that privilege on a customer's car that comes in just for a gearbox service, so we put this off till last. And I think they've all come undone by that one. The whole thing's moving, look, watch.
Yeah.
Should we get a bit of heat on there? We need to watch that electrical plug. Oh, I'm sweating. I'm sweating. It's not even on. Oh, it's moving a tiny bit, but is that actually moving? So I'm just very carefully moving it backwards, forwards. I really don't want to snap any bolts, but that is going. Yeah, everyone watching wants to see it snap, don't they? So there you go, it's out. So what happens with these is, I won't touch it in case it's hot. Yeah, it's still hot. The bolt actually seizes up inside the bracket. It's not that the bolt seizes in the gearbox, it's these brackets. So that, as you can see, how tight that is in the bracket. The bolt should just fall out. I think we can safely drain it now. Get the gearbox service done. Need to see what I've actually got left to do. From memory, this bracket here, finish a bit more under sealing. Bar a few bits and bobs, we're not far off an MOT. Be interesting to see the colour of this fluid because, as we say, we've got no service history at all. It's not bad. Still got a bit of colour to it. I'd say that's been done before. There's no way that's done 100,000 miles. If you come and have a look at the colour of the fluid, you can see it's still nice and red. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. The pan is stuck. That hurt. I went to pull the pan down, thought I was going to drop it, so I pushed it back up and my finger slipped inside, so I trapped my finger in the sun. Oh, you know when you've got to have one of them bruises under your nail? That like really hurt. Yeah, the colour of this fluid's really good. Just going to be a quick service this. I'm not going to drain the torque converter. Just going to get it done. Oh, my finger's throbbing. Yeah, well, it's not a Mercedes filter, so that is good news. And the reason I say that's good news is it means it's been replaced. So it has had a gearbox service in its past. What brand has it got? I think it says IBS filtration, made in Germany. But yeah, the colour of the filter here also is still clean. I think we can say it has had a gearbox service in its life at some point. What am I doing? Cleaning the sump pan. New filter, clean the sump pan, clean the magnet, got new bolts to go in the brackets. So we've fitted a Febi gearbox kit, and in the kit you get a new electrical plug, which is a common item to fail and leak fluid, gearbox fluid out of the gearbox. Ours isn't leaking, but I'm going to fit it, providing that this bolt feels okay, because the bolt, it's a tiny 7mm bolt that bolts it into the gearbox. They cannot come undone, so if it feels okay, I'm going to do it. If not, I'm just going to leave it. Oh, there you go. There we go. So it's come out with one seal. Should have two seals. You've got to make sure you get the other one out. There you go. Always make sure two seals come out. Pre-lubed the new one with some lube. Right, done. Oh, my finger's killing, you know. It's really hurting. So there should be a bracket, this bracket here, which slots in here to cover that plug which is missing. However, we have a spare knocking around the garage. We're going to put that on as well. There's a little while we're in there. Fill it up with fluid. Gearbox service done. Right, so that's the gearbox service done. I think there's just a couple of bits left on the car to do. Exhaust welding, gonna put a gearbox mount on it, sort the bodywork out by not painting it. So while John's fixing the exhaust bracket, I've ordered this, bought this, Nathan. So when the car's long gone, you will never forget this car. Have a look at this. Where are you going? Come here. Come in shot. So we're going to put this in the staff room next to where Nathan sits. Look at that. How cool is that?
The model's good, yeah. The model's better than the car.
Yeah. The model is better than the car. But look.
The roof works.
Look, the roof works. Look at that. How cool is that? Look at the interior. Yeah, we'll pull the roof down and check the interior out. I'll tell you what, it's some detail that, even the roof bow and everything. It's a 230 compressor. Look at the detail, it's exact. Yeah, the bonnet opens.
You got your red cover there, you can have.
Look at that. That's good detail, that, isn't it?
I'd rather have that in front of me than see that.
Look how buzzing I am off the model. I've got the real thing and I think I'm more excited about the model. So, when the car's long gone, we've always got memories of it. So as you know, we found a model of our SLK project in the car. So I thought it's only right to keep the tradition going Look at the detail on that underneath. Literally the same. Tyres won't pass an MOT, but I'm quite pleased with that. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I've seen it on eBay and I could not. I think it was about 30 quid. That's not bad, is it? Right, John's done the exhaust bracket, bit of welding, grind it up, weld it. Nothing too pretty about that. It's just, it's cheaper than replacing the exhaust. He's also done the steering damper, which is up here. That's the old damper. It's like a shock absorber, basically. Helps keep the steering nice and firm and straight. The old one is knackered. He's also done the tracking. He's now doing the gearbox mount for me. The old one has just seen better days, really. It's when the weight of the gearbox was on it, it was touching the bottom of the rubber and I could get my finger all the way in there. Just wasn't doing a good job. Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like this budget buy is not very budget anymore. Imagine if we send it for an MOT and it fails. This is something we've missed. I really don't think there's much left now. Get this gearbox mount done, check our list.
Bodywork.
Oh yeah, bodywork. Wait till you see the fix I've got for the bodywork. And then we've got a mechanically sound car with semi-decent bodywork. It's not even had a wash, this car yet, let alone a polish. Apart from the rusty wings, the bodywork is actually pretty good for the age of it. I think it's going to come up really well. Anything to add, Dan?
Can't wait for it to be MOT'd and gone.
Do you not like it here?
Just want to see it drive off and not come back.
I'm going to miss it. The model will do.
We're not working on it.
Right, okay. So the lads have had enough of working on it. I'm looking at a bright yellow car in the car park every day.
Need to take the main A bunches off.
The reason I'm going to say no to that is the previous gentleman or lady that owned it, that would have meant something to them, and I'm pretty sure they passed away, so they're staying. So how about that? A strict MOT tester would fail that because it's classed as a sharp edge, so we need to cover it up. My geniusness got colour-coded duct tape to go over there. The new owner will require new wings. I am not putting wings and painting this car. All we need is, this is a mechanically sound car with an MOT. My work here is done. Oh, won't make it as a vinyl wrap holder. That will just stop the MOT tester failing. That's a repair for the wing. SPR bodywork, colour-coded duct tape. I'll tell you, it's not the first time I've had to do this because the car's failed its MOT, so little bandage on the old girl. So next is MOT. Right, couple of days later, we have an appointment for an MOT. I'm in shot. We are now. Got my trade plates, so I can legally drive the car to the MOT station. Gonna take it for a, well, I say I'm gonna take it for a small drive. I have to take it for a small drive because we're going to the MOT station. Today is a big day for the yellow SLK. First proper drive on the actual road. So that aircon's good, even though it is a very miserable day. So on the way to, nice gear change. Oh, hey, steering's nice and straight. So I've got a fully serviced, mechanically good yellow SLK with 4 fresh tyres, front disc and pads, rear disc and pads I'm hoping will pass the MOT. They look brand new but rusty, but they look like they're cleaning up the more I drive the car. Oh, I'm in the wrong lane. Apologies to whoever that was behind me. Sorry, give him hazards, I think. Sorry, pal. So I'm hoping the rear brakes clean up a little bit more whilst I'm on my way to the MOT and they pass. That'll save us a few quid. Coin tray. Don't think, these don't have a cup holder, which is no good when you're converting around in your yellow SLK convertible with no coffee. So far so good on the road test. We've got a really nice gear change. Car feels solid. Oh. Rings just fell off the heater dial. Nothing a bit of super glue won't fix there. I want to clean up the handbrake a little bit on the way because it's not been used for ages, so I'm literally just going to give it a couple of pulls on and off to clean up the drums on the inside of the rear discs, because we want it to pass the handbrake test at the MOT, and it's not been used for a very long time, but I'm pulling it and it's actually doing a pretty good job. The beeping noise is to say, what are you doing, you idiot? Why are you pulling the handbrake on when the car's moving? Little top tip there for you. 95,000 miles this car's done. That is not bad, is it, for a car this age? Oh, it's a 50 mile an hour. We're at a set of traffic lights. We could do a 0 to 50 in my 2.3 supercharged SLK in the wet in my new tyres. Yes. There we go, 50. Cruise control. Yes, cruise control works. I'll tell you what, these performed quite well because they're such a small car. And I'm tall, and I'll tell you what, there's plenty of space. I could quite comfortably drive this for a long period. Granted, my seat is all the way back. I don't know if I explained early in the video, but I've got electric seats. So yeah, that's good. So it's quite a well-spec car. Obviously aircon, got electric seats, got a wooden steering wheel. I've got the optional extra yellow exterior. Obviously we know the roof works. It's amazing that aircon works. Yeah, strut works on the glove box, nice. Wipers are good. A couple of stops. That's it, stops. A couple of slight emergency stops. Not going to do an emergency stop in the rain, but build up a bit of speed. No one behind me. Press the brake. Yes, very good brakes. And I'm making sure it stopped nice and straight. It didn't pull me one way or the other. I think we might have a good car here, guys. Right, I'll see you at the MOT station. Alright, so that's the SLK dropped off for MOT, and I am collecting my CLK 55 AMG, which has passed. I said, how was it? He said, it's mint, so that will do for me. We'll see you when we come to collect the yellow one. Right, here we are. Back at the MOT station, and we have a pass certificate. Not only do we have a pass certificate, we have a pass certificate with 0 advisories, so good news. A little bit warm, so I'll put my air conditioning back on. Why is that not working? Thought the aircon wasn't working for a minute then. Oh no, we're back in business. So good news, very, very good news. My yellow SLK now has an MOT with 0 advisories. Now, while the car has been in the MOT station for an MOT, I have been adding up what this car owes me. So we're going to take it for a test drive and discuss prices. The lady that runs the MOT station, I asked her, does she like my yellow SLK? And she kind of went, it's all right, but I wouldn't have it. So I think she's just being nice. I don't think she likes it. However, I think it's great. And going off the first video we did, if you haven't seen that, I'd highly suggest going back and watching it. I didn't think the viewers would, but I've got to say, we got loads of views and loads of comments, and everybody seemed to love it. I don't know if anybody remembers also, this has a left and a right accelerator pedal with a switch that you can switch between the two, which works. Oh, fuel lights just come on. I feel like there's a bit of a knock at the back. I think there's a load of stuff I've left in the boot, hopefully. I tell you what, you definitely wouldn't lose this in a car park. I have to say, I've only done 3-4 miles. I've got no complaints with it. Everything's working as it should be. It's the wrong kind of weather to be putting the roof down today. I've actually bought a touch-up kit, genuine, from Mercedes. Don't know why I bought that. It's 20 quid I'm not going to get back. Oh no, my usual stop point to go through prices, the road is closed, so I can't do that. I'll have to find a new spot. What I can tell you is, so far in the road test, I've turned a few heads in my yellow SLK. Empty industrial estate entrance, that will do me lovely. So, what does this car owe me? Well, I'm not going to read through everything as I never usually do on these videos. You can see everything we have done. Obviously, we've gone through the car top to toe. I said I was going to keep this car a budget, but I've ended up doing way too much. So bearing in mind, I only paid £360 for the car. I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to go, this is the total cost that the car owes me. This is the car and the parts only. This does not include any labour whatsoever. The first giveaway is these 2 pages. Total price is £2,343. So this budget SLK is no longer a budget. Given all the work we've done, I have calculated about 2 days labour, so that's 16 hours labour. So that is, at my labour rate, 16 times 90, I can't remember what my hourly rate is, 95. Another £1,520 plus VAT, 1,824. If this car was to be billed out to a customer, there would be an additional £1,824 added onto that. Now, my labour is not free, the staff do not work for free, the rent's not free, etc, etc, etc. So there's 2 ways of looking at this. We can do it wheeler dealer style, where good old Ed China fixes the cars for free and they make a profit at the end. If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, wheeler dealers, they basically do exactly what we've done and they don't include the labour. And Ed China's worked his bits off for nothing. So that's basically what's gone on here. £2,343. You could actually go and buy one of these cars. You'd have the pick of the bunch, to be honest, at £2.5 grand. However, what I will say is you would probably buy one for that kind of money, £2.5 grand, take it to a specialist, and it probably would require some of this work. You could easily spend, another 1,500 quid getting it mechanically sound. It'd be quite unusual to find a car for a couple of grand that's a Mercedes that is mechanically perfect and requires nothing. Could I have made a profit out of it? The answer is yes. I could have just bought it, put it in for an MOT, done the bare minimum, oil and filter to get the service light off, just do the basics. It'd have probably owned me, £1,000, and it just would have had quite a few advisories. It wouldn't have had a full service, but it's been a good car, it's been good content, so you can look at that how you wish. But I can safely say there's no profit in the car. Hopefully we will have to move this car on at some point, but hopefully somebody will get a good one. At what cost, I do not know. I don't know how I would put a valuation on this car. It's got no service history apart from what we've done. So I think the moral of the story here is, one, there's no such thing as a cheap Mercedes, and it is what it is, isn't it? But I'm really pleased with the work we've done. It's been great content for the channel. I'm happy somebody else is going to get a good example of an SLK in yellow. It still needs bodywork. It still needs a wing. It needs the other wing repairing. You could probably repair both wings, to be honest, at a good body shop. Wings are probably really expensive. Tailgate needs, well, I say the tailgate, the boot lid needs repairing and painting. I am not going any further with this car. But for now, in the meantime, we're probably going to give the car a good clean and a good polish. I think the paintwork will come up really nice, actually, considering it's yellow. A nice hand polish. I think it'll look even shinier. So yeah, I have gone above and beyond with this car. I mean, like the tyres, I didn't have to change the tyres. They were all legal. I think maybe, if my memory serves me right, one of them might have needed doing, but they were the wrong size. We didn't know the age of them. They're all mismatched. I'm really happy with it. But yeah, I think that concludes this video. Thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell button so you get notifications of our upcoming videos. Make sure you check those monthly vlogs out, because bit of the behind the scenes of what's going on at SPR. And yeah, I think that's it. We'll see you on the next one.